This is a movie about my trip to Japan.
This is the moment we've all been waiting for. Japan's Rugby World Cup.
Japan versus Russia, match 1. The Rugby World Cup is here again.
Konnichiwa. I hope that you enjoyed that little opening sequence. If you're new to my videos, hi, I'm Sam, and if you're not new to my videos, this might not have been what you were expecting. Now, if you follow me for my running videos, then rest assured more of those are coming, but not everything in my life is running, and part of the non-running side of my life was this recent trip to Japan that I got back from. Now, I say recent, but as you can tell from the opener, I was out there for the start of the Rugby World Cup. So I appreciate that this video is now probably 2 or 3 months out of date, but even though the footage that I got when I was out there didn't kind of lend itself to making the whole video like that opening style, I really didn't want to waste the opportunity to share the stories and share this experience from a truly awesome trip and a truly awesome part of the world.
September 22nd, 2019, Sapporo, Japan. We're getting ready for England versus Tonga, their opening game.
For the England game we went to see, we flew up to Sapporo, which is on the northern island of Hokkaido, and the stadium is like this crashed spaceship in the middle of town. Go look it up on Google, it's awesome. So we're looking around for our seats and it turns out that they are right at the very back. But pause, by pure coincidence we get up there and we're sat next to 2 lads we met earlier that day in a hostel, and they point out to us that on the front row there's a load of empty seats. So I think you can tell where we're going with this come the second half.
England are winning, what, 18-3-ish? Half time, and we are right now trying to jib it from our back row seats right the way up to front row.
I still think we have to go up and then down, George. I'm pretty sure you can. Oh, Charlie, sorted, mate. We left our tickets on the seat now. Mate, we're going right in the
By this point, I think you can tell we're really excited about our new view for the second half.
Zach Alsop, this goes out to you for the jib.
He went under the tunnel, then chucked them back. Really? JJ Shorts, bro. Told you I know people in the game.
Done it. He's got the connections.
Adam and I then got separated on our way back from the stadium because there's like a million people all pouring out at once. But it's okay, I trusted our inner pigeons to get us home.
But it was so loud that we couldn't hear what each other was saying. I reckon I've probably got a good kilometre until we get back to the hostel. So I'm just hoping and praying that Adam is either...
Also, for this bit of footage here, you can tell that this is mostly beer speaking to the camera rather than it is me.
This is like the main arcade right here. But still, it's still a trek until we get home. We've pulled off one jib tonight. I dare say we can pull off a second. Godspeed until we meet each other in Japan.
Adam eventually got home safely, which was great, and we woke up the next day to the sound of rain, which actually turned out to be the start of a typhoon which disrupted a load of flights back to Tokyo. Not ours though, luckily, and we got back in one piece. And the thing that started to get to us here is the sheer size of Tokyo. It is massive, and no matter which way you look over the horizon, it's just this endless view of the city. There are some green spaces though to break it up. We visited a couple of the gardens and they are absolutely stunning. You can see lots of greenery, enormous fish in the pond, there's lots of noise from insects and wildlife all buzzing about, and when you see that combined with some of the more historic and traditional buildings that are still scattered throughout the city, it makes the whole experience feel really special. There is no escaping it though. Everything in Tokyo felt massive, including this place, Tokyo Skytree. Now, I'm usually pretty clued up on my tall buildings, but until we got there, I didn't even know this place existed, let alone that it's the second tallest structure in the world. Now, I didn't take a huge amount of video whilst we were there because Adam and I were mucking about trying to get silly cornflake photos, but 451 meters up, as you can imagine, the view is pretty astonishing. Now, my favourite picture that I took whilst I was up there is this one, and I love it because that is like a 40-storey building underneath us, and it literally just looks like a graphic on Google Maps. Just over the road is the famous Sensoji Temple. It's pretty awesome to see up close, but don't be fooled, it is a massive Instagram hotspot. Tokyo at night though is just something to behold. It's this urban circuit board that never fades, never dims, never slows down, never stops. And sites like the famous Shibuya crossing are weirdly hypnotic to see in real life. On my last night in Japan, Yas, the guy who you might have spotted earlier in our video, insisted that he take us out to dinner. And going out to a proper Japanese restaurant for that authentic experience was a really special moment I'll never forget. Now, for the upcoming Olympics, these countdown clocks are dotted throughout the city. And a countdown clock is quite apt because it was my last night and my flight was at 9 o'clock in the morning. Now, I didn't realise that the airport that Adam and I had already flown in and out of was not the airport I was going home from. This is where we were staying, and this is the airport we were already using, and this is the airport I had to fly out of the next day. I decided to go on the night because I was not brave enough to try and get the 6 AM train, and the train that I got on had to stop, and I was left alone on the platform, which was quite nerve-wracking, but thankfully the timetable there showed me there was another one coming. Eventually got to the airport and pulled an all-nighter. You can see I was basically on my own, but I did get this picture, which I thought was really cool. It's kind of my way of showing that I overcame my anxiety about getting to the airport on time. And just finally, something that I did for the first time on this trip, which I really loved, was just to keep a diary of everything that was going on. I'd never done that before, but just writing down your thoughts for the sake of it was a really cool thing to do, and I really feel like it meant that I didn't miss anything from this really amazing experience.
And Adam worth everything.
For the gym.
And Adam worth it.
Yeah. Man,
wasn't me.
he bought the tickets, he did everything.